Let's talk about the DC movie universe, which is, of course, fodder for anyone to view any sort of criticism toward DC and hope they get better as a reason to bomb my Twitter and Facebook and Instagram feeds. Geoff Johns, CCO over at DC Comics, along with John Berg, who is a Warner Brothers executive, are working together to correct the course, right the wrongs, steer the ship in the right way, perhaps, after admitted issues with Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, a lot of people enjoyed these, but they were generally split down the middle between, I think, fans of DC Comics in general, of whether they did a good job, whether they told the right story, whether they handled the characters correctly. In this particular instance, the two are saying, we've done some things and we're going to fix it, so relax. We're fixing the DC Cinematic Extended Universe. In particular, Johns has told the Wall Street Journal in the past, DC films are gritty and dark, and that's what makes them different. That couldn't be more wrong. It's a hopeful and optimistic view of life. Even Batman has a glimmer of that in him. If he didn't think he'd make tomorrow better, he'd stop. I hope there's more than a glimmer, because while that shows off pretty well in the comics, it needs to be more explicitly spelled out in the movies. It doesn't need to be like in your face. But I think one of the major problems, and this is something many people have complained about, is when you look at DC Comics, you do have that hopeful view. You have the idea that Superman is a genuinely good and caring and altruistic person who is seeking a home and a family and ultimately acceptance and love, and he has that vulnerability in him. I don't think I see that, even a glimmer of that, in the Cavill Superman, just for one particular instance. Johns pointed out another particular thing, that the film that they're working on next, that they're just finishing filming up, is Zack Snyder's Justice League. So this will be an interesting preview, because Zack Snyder is a man who, in my opinion, has a 0% track record with DC films in portraying them in a view that is in any way hopeful and endearing and true to form, with who, again, in my opinion, is the most important superhero team. But John says that the film will directly address Batman's extreme actions in Batman v Superman, such as torturing criminals, nearly killing the Man of Steel. It doesn't say that here, but also killing all those people rather than accept them as par for the course. That's similar to what happened in Batman v Superman, which addressed Superman's childish and wanton destruction of the city of Metropolis during the Man of Steel. I want to believe this will be something good, but I mean, we're looking at something that has become its own thing and hasn't really hit the same marks that the comics have hit, or even past instances, or even current animated instances of these very same characters licensed by the same company. I hope Geoff Johns can fix this. He did co-produce Green Lantern, which was not a great superhero movie. I think everyone, even diehard fanboys, can agree with. But he has done a lot of good things as well. He's worked on The Flash, he's worked on Arrow, he's worked on Smallville. You may have different ideas on if Smallville achieved its goals or not. But he is a very good choice, and he has spoken many times about the hopefulness and positivity and the reason why we would keep striving and pushing on and doing things that are hard because they're the right and they're a good thing to do. Recently, even, like at a panel I saw him do for the DC Rebirth comics edition, though this is a very different thing, and I sincerely hope that his influence can transfer over that way. Audience, can Geoff Johns correct the course for the WB DC Comics movies? Please let us know what you think below in the comments. Please like and subscribe for more.